in game to watch. Rooting for no 3-0s.
All right, guys. Well, here we go. Quactus versus Singularity. Round 1 in this NS2WC Horizon Bracket semifinal match. We see Quactus here starting in data core as Marines, and on the other side of the map in flight control, we got Singularity starting as aliens, doing a 1-4 split. Power build on the arms lab there for Quactus, and splitting off up and down. 2 going north, 1 center, 2 south.
Quactus starting off strong, doing nice route blocking, at the same time grabbing some of their natural res expansions in ventilation. I'm sure you can see here on your screen there are 4 skulls coming in to crush ventilation right now.
Oh boy, here we go. Sally currently, Cookie all in here, currently taking down Kasesa. Mulk pistoling down currently, and Sally taking down Mulk as they move forward. We got Cowboy moving into data core. Fulgo making short work of him. Cookie now here in ventilation, taking down that early RT. Zups moving from computer lab into flight control. Currently in there is the only defender right now, and we got 2 skulks here in reactor core up against Nosku.
I think it was a good call by Singularity to leave 1 skulk back at vent while the other one put a little bit of pressure on Marine Start, holding the Marines back, allowing them to get ventilation down, because killing that early res is much more important.
Mulk taking down Sally here in reactor core. Armor 1 now has been completed for Quactus. 2 extractors, 2 harvesters for both teams. Nosku in data core, backed up by Zups, moving south down into ventilation to back up Kasesa. We also see on the north side a little bit of cat and mouse happening against Habibs in Atrium with Sharp, and currently looks like he's holding them at bay just a little bit on that bridge, but I don't know, these guys look like they're timing a crush.
Yeah, 3 skulks in Crossroads. A lot of stuff to jump around on, kind of hide in little crevices and nooks. Zups is not going to be able to do much damage here, and it looks like they're actually going to pull out of here to put pressure around the nodes on the map. While up in Atrium, we have 2 skulks going after Habiz, and they're going to try to get the jump down on him.
Thanks, Wasabi.
Wait, that's exactly what you just said, wasn't it?
I think I said Habibs. Alright, Nosku Subs in Crossroads moving out. Cookie seeing that through the vents there, putting pressure on the comp lab. Harvester, here comes Sharp from behind. And here comes Cowboy for as well. Marine and Skulk trade each other, and Zups goes down in that fight. Singularity does push off that pressure currently against Habibs here in reactor core. Nice shot there by Habibs with his pistol. Taking currently out, rebuilding this extractor. Quactus at 3 with a 4th one going up. And we also see Singularity at 4 harvesters. Looking at the resource towers, 2 down for Quactus, 0 for Singularity. Nosku and Kasesa trying to get here into ventilation. Sally going down. Cookie the only one left. Oh! And Cookie loses his grip and falls to his death underneath ventilation. How embarrassing in a comp game.
It's a good save in ventilation for Quactus. But also over in Computer Lab, that was a great save for Singularity. As you had said, they haven't gone down any harvesters yet. And getting that 3rd one up was definitely important to get their P-Res starting to build. We can see that it looks like Lurks are on their way. Cowboy is coming out, as well as Bro Job Sally.
Bro job, Sally. Spur now has been completed for Singularity. That's going to give access to 2 trait upgrades, Celerity and Adrenaline for the aliens. Cowboy now out as that lurk. Sharp and Cookie here up against Zups, leaving Kasesa the only one left. Cowboy spiking down his own Skulk, taking him down, and they clean up that Marine push there in Overlook as they move and start to pressure sub-access. We're seeing Mulk and Nosku here in Crossroads now, moving through and down, back pressuring Computer Lab. Cowboy here in ventilation. Go ahead.
Yeah, they really need to get on res right now, and I like that they're trying to focus on that. 2 Marines over in Computer Lab, though, clearing infestation, working on the alien harvester here. Mulk, and Nosku. They've got 2 lurks and that skulk on the ground to deal with, so that's going to get cleaned up pretty quick. But they do take down sub-access. So they're starting to put pressure on the Marine res, which has to happen, while saving their own, which is great for them. I still believe they haven't lost they did lose 1 harvester there in Computer Lab, as I was saying that.
Yeah. Observatory now has been completed by Quactus. Molt coming through, taking Cookie off this ventilation. RT, it looks like Sharp is just going to try to stay on it. Oh! The RT is down to 3%. Just saves it right at the end. Habib is here in Crevice up against 3 aliens. Doesn't look like he is going to do anything there to survive. He gets taken down, and down here again we see Kasesa and Nosku moving into Comp Lab again. Sally coming through the vents, and it looks like they really want to get this Harvester down.
Effective double-sided pressure from Quactus to pull them out to Crevice and up into Atrium, giving Nosku and Kasesa time to get down here to Computer Lab. They're essentially picking off this fresh Harvester, which is a complete loss of res to the aliens.
Cookie is in the base with Sharp within Data Core, forcing the commander to log out. Fulgo taking down Cookie and Sharp. Arms Lab down to 38%. That would have been a hell of a loss right in the beginning. While that's happening, Nosku, Zups, and Kasesa have pushed into flight control. Singularity needs to deal with this to get these guys out of here. There's one in flight control to the north. I'm sorry, in Atrium to the north. Nosku taking down Sharp, taking down Kane. Great job. Cookie trying to get some angle to bite these guys. Kasesa taking down Cookie, and currently everyone's dead except Cowboy and Sally. And Sally is on really low health right now as that lurk almost blackbarred. Great job there by Quactus, keeping their 3 Marines alive here in flight control.
Normally pressure like this wouldn't necessarily work this early on, especially with the double lurks, but I like that they've been able to kill life forms, push out the 1 lurk, and put damage on the Harvester here in flight control. They're bringing all the pressure to the aliens and allowing all the res flow to come in for the Marines right now.
Finally, a cleanup there by Singularity. Singularity needs to get out on the map and stop Quactus from expanding all over the place. They're holding strong to 4 extractors versus 3 harvesters for Singularity. Cookie and Sally now up against Mulk here in sub-access. We see on the north side another lurk, Cowboy here. Habib is around the corner in Atrium, knowing that that lurk is around there. Sharp doing a little bit of reactor core res biting as Nosku comes in there to see what's going on. And they do push them out, and that lurk died in the vents here in north of sub-access. They do lose Sally, and that is definitely going to hurt Singularity.
Mulk makes his way down to Computer Lab and desists it before the Harvester can get placed down there. Crossroads Harvester has gone up. No pressure from the Marines as it looks like they're looking to pressure flight control again as Mulk and Kasesa begin their approach.
Looking at this map right now, I mean, we see Quactus at Weapons 1, Shotgun now. Weapons 1, Armor 1, Shotguns now. 3 spurs have been completed for Singularity. You got a lot of pressure going on here in flight control again. This is constant base pressure that Singularity is consistently having to deal with. This is so annoying because it's so hard to actually get out there. You have Sally now as the lurk that died is out, and it looks like that they're going to be the official res biter throughout the rest of the map. Molt coming through to save that res. Phase Tech now has started. Sharp on the RT in sub-access. Oh, man. It's not looking good right now for Singularity. However, if Quactus is going to be able to suck on all this res and be able to get phase gates out on the field, I think they're going to be in a really good position. So right now, personally, I think Singularity needs to make some really good moves and start expanding on this map. And it looks like they are. Look at this. Taking down Atrium really quickly. Trying to take down Sub-Access, which was at 2%. They need to start getting Quactus back to focusing on recapping res to stop their forward momentum.
Shotguns are out on the field now, but one thing that Singularity has in its favor at the moment is the fact that the Marines are on Armor 1 and Fades have literally just become available as the P-Res for the aliens ticks over to 40.
Phase gate now going up in Crossroads. This is a great position here in Crossroads to put up a phase gate for the Marines. Gives a very good central location, kind of a springboard for the rest of the map. And this phase gate looks like it's going to go up. Nosku and Zups building it up, going to be clearing up the Sys infestation. Kasesa taking down the Computer Lab Harvester, dropping Singularity down to 3. Ventilation RT is being under attack by Sharp and Sally.
I think another thing to note here too, Red Dog, is there's lots of combat going on around the map against res nodes, is that the Marines are still on 1 IP, and I think that's a sign of how little Singularity has been able to kill Marine life forms in general.
Yeah, I mean, at this, three skulks, and the lurk went down by Mulk coming into the top left of data core.
Another great play by Singularity there is the phase gate goes down in Marine start. That is a big play in the sense that no one can come back from around the map, but also because it takes down more res, and that means no more upgrades for a little while for these Marines.
Well, that is, I think Fulgo's going to jump in there and drop an IP at that point. Lurk came around the corner. That was Cowboy here in data core. Mulk shoots him in the back as he went to try to help his 2 skulks inside Marine start. But he got killed, and it only left those 2. They took down the phase gate. Actually, Mulk shot the phase gate. Shot the phase gate at the end there. Friendly fire on tournament games is at 33%, just so you guys know. Phase gate down here in Crossroads. That's going to force Quactus to lose that. And look at this. Quactus is from 5 extractors down to 2 in just a few minutes.
This is why I love Red Dog. While all that was happening, all those red blinking dots all over the map for killing res, they both went down to 2 harvesters, but Singularity clearly wins the overall battle because they took down both phase gates on either side, putting the Marines at almost no res in the bank, while the aliens had enough to drop 3 harvesters, or 2 harvesters at that given time, and that's going to allow them to be able to put the pressure back on faster. 1 fade out in Cookie right now, too.
That was a beautiful move, and I completely agree with you. Look at them now. 2 extractors. You got Zups and Kasesa here in Crossroads just waiting to get to 15 so they can drop a phase 8. There we go. Nosku now coming up. Now, Quactus knows that they need to get map control back, and as you can see, in just a few minutes, it was looking like Quactus was doing well, but look at the map right now. Singularity has expanded down to sub-access, to Atrium, 2 phase now on the map, up in Reactor Core, and they are squeezing down the Vice for Quactus. And you know, for them to get out of this, they're gonna need to get some lucky shots on these fades.
The fades are extremely vital right now in this game. This is what is going to turn the tide completely in Singularity's favor. They must be shotguns and stop them from re-grabbing the shotguns, but at the same time, the Marines are still sitting on a lot of P-res that they can each buy a couple shotguns if they lose them. However, if the fades go down, the aliens are in some serious trouble.
Oh, I agree. Looking at this map position right now, you got Zups here in sub-access. 2 fades on his tail as he tries to chase a poor Skulk out of there. And Zups goes down in a flurry of fangs and teeth. We see Mulk moving back in ventilation towards Pipe Junction. I mean, this is their little saving grace here in Crossroads, and this just does not look good for Quactus because, look, Reactor Core is taken already. That's going to take a while and a lot of ammunition and commitment to take that out of there, especially if Singularity reacts. Down here in ventilation, the RT is going up as well, but they already got sub-access, so really they only have their Crossroads one. Here comes a big fight in Crossroads!
These fades cleaning that up, they're going to go straight for the gate. It's going to make a feed gate. Any Marine that wants to go through that is not very smart. 2 Marines coming to back up from Reactor Core side as Hafiz and Kasesa are making their way in. The gate could go down right here. Oh, look how close that was.
Oh my god, Cookie takes down a Beebs! But good health, and they saved that gate. Great job, Quactus there. 20% on that gate. Oh man, Nosku and Zups moving into Reactor Core. I mean, at this point, you really got Singularity is shot up to 6 harvesters. They just lost 1 just now, so they're down to 5, but that's still good.
The other thing to note here too, Red Dog, is the fact that currently he's at 56 res. They're sitting on 5 harvesters. They're going to have that Onos up, and still, Armor 1, Weapon 1, Shotgun. They have not bought a single upgrade in the last few minutes.
This is going to be a really big uphill battle for Quactus, for them to come back here. How everything and the momentum of everything has turned in a blink of an eye, literally, here in this game. Atrium now, power trying to be restored. You got Cookie hiding around the corner. He's going to make his move, takes a couple swipes, takes down Nosku. Zups is the only one left. He's doing a good job blinking around. He's joined by the other fade, Sharp, and they pit him against the glass.
Not just that, but we've, got Cowboy up as Lurk, chipping off armor here on Mulk, who is a shotgun marine in vent. I love how aggressive Singularity is being with dropping these harvesters. They know that, with the shotguns out, that's super powerful, but they're not allowing their primary harvesters, their close expansion, their minimum of 3 to go down, and they keep pushing out so that they're wasting time on these expansion harvesters. I love it.
4 Quactus Marines just marching right into flight control. Here they go, and there the aliens are going to their base!
Quactus is really smart to come in here and take this down. I think losing the main hive isn't the best idea, but they were able to drop sub-axis in time, which means if they can lose Marine Star, the game goes in favor to Singularity. Down goes the main hive, and now they're on the phase gate. The obs goes down before they can get Beacon back, and there's nowhere to drop a chair because he doesn't have enough res.
Yeah, there's nowhere to do it. You see the phase gate down. There we go. Crossroads was dropped. If they can...
No, Mulk's down in sub.
Mulk is in sub, but he's got no health. 3%, he's gonna die. Oh! Oh my gosh. Chair going up here in Crossroads, and they're gonna need to take down sub-access to win this, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, that was a great call by Singularity. Screw the main hive and just go straight into data core. Great call.
The catch right now, too, is play a little conservative as aliens. You've still got the momentum. Don't lose your fades. Don't over-engage, but they just lost all of their spurs due to no infestation. So that's really not a good position. And look at the Marines.
Yep.
They are sacking everything to go to sub-axis right now. And if Quactus pulls this off, they've got 70, 80 res. They could double drop hives right now.
They can do it. Quactus, Kasesa, Mulk, and Noskud all down here with shotguns. I don't know if they're going to be able to actually do this. This is an unbuilt hive. Here comes Singularity trying to... Oh, and Cookie has died! They nailed Cookie around the corner. What a crazy match!
Still no hives dropped. 97 res in the bank. The sub-hive is finished. Well, that's why they didn't drop. I'm an idiot. I apologize. The hive wasn't finished, so they couldn't drop. Now that the hive's done, he can double drop if he chooses.
Yeah, and there we go. Atrium now has been claimed. The other two, we see Zups moving in Pipe Junction as these 3 are pushing there. Singularity is defending like crazy here. They are down. Sharp is almost dead, 29%, as these guys are here in sub-access. Oh, man. There's 3 extractors, still 4 Quactus. But there's an Onos on the field.
Onos. This is going to be a tough one. They can push him out with the 3 shotguns, but look at them just get bigger as they try to push into the hive.
Oh, and I think that's it. I mean, with the Onos now out, I mean, it's going to be really hard for them. And look at this. Singularity is not wasting any time. Fade, Lurk, Onos, and a Gorge moving right into Crossroads. Flight control now has been claimed. Quactus doesn't have the time, nor, I think, the ammunition to take all this out.
I mean, well played by them, though. The shotgun rush worked into their favor. You know, if it had been a little bit different with the res game, that might have pulled off even more, but... Wow. Those fades. Yeah. I mean, the fades holding them back as long as they did was where it was at.
Yeah, that was really exciting. If Quactus actually was able to pull that off, how amazing would that have been? If Mulk maybe had another Marine with him and both were full health down there in sub-access, that would have maybe have been a different story, but that was pretty amazing. Zups now moving here into data core. We see Quactus is shunted into Crossroads. They only have... they have 2 IPs. They have their arms lab back up. They have a phase gate, but not connected anywhere. They're sitting on 1 extractor. That's the one that's in Crossroads right now. And for them to push out up against an Onos and all these higher life forms is really going to be tough. They're on weapons 1, armor 1.
Should be noted again, though, that the aliens don't have any upgrade chambers right now, so they are essentially vanilla aliens running around. Except for the Fade that already had the upgrade research. Sharp going pretty low, though, having to go back to heal. Pressure up an Atrium at the hive as Kasesa is working all alone. Nobody anywhere nearby. They could lose the Atrium hive, which essentially doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, they're all getting together here in Computer Lab and moving in. It looks like... there they go. Moving in. They're up against the IP. They're kind of going everywhere right now. They're not doing anything.
It's interesting. If
Oh,
if they
no.
turned around, they would have noticed that the power was at 58%. And I think that currently is in a lot of trouble right now, even though it's only NS2WC right there, and they do have the Gorge. You took a big risk by moving in with your Onos at that point.
There we go. Currently might go down. He does! I don't think this is going to be enough. They're all trying to spawn. They don't have enough to beacon. I mean, to clean this up, you are going to... This is a miracle.
Kill the Gorge!
Kill the Gorge! Sally is down. Monk is now out. And they are going to push Singularity out of there.
Wow. Wow.
What is going on? Wow. All right. So, I mean, it's still... I'm sorry. Quactus, amazing plays so far, but it's still looking bad for these guys. Singularity still has the upper hand. We have Zups here in flight control. We got Sally at 55 res, so they can pull out another Onos probably in the next minute and a half here. There's another beacon.
Oh, they got the flight control hive down to 9% before being beaconed back. And the benefit, of course, is that they're going to be able to run back pop flight control pretty quick as there's no Crag here yet. Well, there's the Crag moving in right now. Atrium still at 33%, 92% grown. And Quactus is just saying, you know what? They may have a lot of res nodes, but we're not giving this up yet.
No, I have to give it to them for really trying here. I mean, they've had some really close calls, which is pretty amazing. Kasese here in Reactor Core taking down currently with his pistol, but here comes Sharp to take him down in turn. We see over here in flight control, the hive has been destroyed here in flight control.
I think the thing to realize here, though, is that although you get excited about Quactus pulling this back, the fact that aliens are on 7 harvesters
Yeah.
and that their P-res is 54, 39, 62, 43, and a couple of those are fades already, the potential of you seeing 3+ Onos in a matter of a couple minutes is really big. Kill a fade, here comes an Onos. So I want to just say I don't think that Quactus is going to bring this back at this point.
I'm very careful with calling games when I'm casting, but I have to agree with you in this case. I mean, for Quactus to come back from this, they would need a friggin' miracle. And while they're playing really well, they don't have it. Like, if you see what's happening right now here in Crossroads, you got everything
Singularity's
being ground down.
in. Yeah, they've got no res to beacon. The ops goes down anyway. They just need to focus on these IPs and just kill.
There we go. 1 IP down. The other Marines come back.
Sup says I do to the chair.
Oh, I thought a lurk died there. But yeah, so they're down 1 IP now. Singularity knows that they just need to take down 1 more here to stop the respawning of Marines. But Sally again. Oh, there we go. Just spent it just now. Sally in Atrium as a Onos egg. And hopefully they can end this pretty soon.
Mulk is going to see that miss. He's got a shotgun. He can rush it. Oh, Sally comes out and Mulk is going to run.
Run, Mulk! All right, so now we see that a couple shots have happened here. 2 fades here in Crossroads. Quactus still hanging on by a thread. I mean, they're still on the offense. Look at this. They are going to kill Data Core High. I have to give it to them. They are seriously making Singularity work for it. They're having some moral victories here on this map.
I think this is it, though.
Yeah.
The last IP is going to get stomped by this Onos. 2 fades. Skull coming in to finish it up. Inzon going off to speed up their attacks. And now they're on the command station. And they've got no money in the bank, no IPs to bring the team in or bring them back. Team rushing in. They leave the chair to go after the players. I mean, I guess you kill the players, you win the game, but you might as well just finish the chair off.
There's no way to respawn. They gotta kill Kasei, so there we go. Good game. Whoa.
Well. All right.
Singularity wins.
Not really sure what happened there.
I'm glad it happened right then.